Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I apologize for not making a video for a little while, but I have just been having a really stressful few weeks this last little while. So in my last video, you guys saw that I was having a bit of a tough time with withdrawal and going down to 5 milligrams a day on my Trintellix medication. And I was having a lot of emotional difficulties and problems with regulating my mood and all that kind of thing. If you haven't watched my last video, I suggest you go watch that so that you know kind of what I'm talking about for this update. After a few more days of that, it actually settled down a little bit and I was able to feel a little bit more balanced. That's not to say that I was happy or, I wasn't like jumping around with joy, but I was feeling a lot less troubled than I was in my last video. And I think it just takes time for the withdrawal symptoms to pass, and it was definitely part of withdrawing off the medication and my body getting used to that new lower dose. Definitely, I'm feeling a lot better now, but I always do this to myself. I am going through a tough time, like for instance, withdrawing off my medication, and instead of choosing to do that during a time where my life is super stable, I start doing it and then something happens in my life to just throw everything off. So basically what is happening is I started withdrawing off the medication and I've gotten all the way down to 5 milligrams, and now that I'm kind of like really close to being off and I'm during that time where it's just really difficult, the 5 milligrams isn't really helping me, but I'm having to withdraw off of it, which is doing the opposite of helping me. My husband and I have decided to try and sell our condo and move to a bigger place. And so I have been having to deal with realtors coming, doing showings all the time. Every time there's a showing or an open house, I have to completely clean my entire condo and take both of my cats in their carriers to my mom's house along with all their stuff. And it's like this huge undertaking every single time. And I'm finding that it's really, really, really stressing me out. And unfortunately, it's just poor timing because we've chosen to put our condo on the market at the same time that I'm trying to come off my meds. So again, I don't know why I do this to myself. I don't know if it's just like a weird timing thing. I think part of it is that there's never going to be a perfect time to come off. You're always going to have stuff going on in your life where, stuff's happening. I mean, there's never going to be a perfectly empty time in your life where absolutely nothing is going on, but it's just a specific, it's just such a stressful thing to be going through. Like, even if you are mentally healthy, mentally normal, and you're not trying to get off medication, moving and trying to sell a place and dealing with realtors and everything is just the most stressful thing to go through, and it turns your whole life upside down. You can't really feel like you're living in your place because you have to basically pack up most of your stuff, any of your knickknacks and stuff, and put it in storage because people don't want to see it. And it's just very disruptive. So to be doing that whilst I'm trying to come off my meds is just not the greatest. So that's what I've been dealing with this last little while, and that's one of the major reasons why I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks. I have just been so busy with trying to get this condo sold and dealing with all of that. The other thing is last week on the day actually that we were supposed to have an open house, our lobby flooded. Yep. Which is the last thing that we needed, to be honest. And what happened was the balcony above it, the drain got blocked. We had a huge rainstorm. It rained a ton and all of the water basically backed up into the building. It was pouring down the walls. There was water pouring out of the pot lights in the ceiling. It flooded the storage room and ruined everybody's stuff stored in their containers. And it was just a huge mess. So we ended up having to cancel our open house. We had to cancel all showings for the last week and kind of put things on hold while that got a little bit sorted out. And the lobby is still a huge mess, but we are at the point now where we can't hold off anymore. We have to do showings again because of, I don't know, rules, legal rules to do with the realtor. Basically, they said we have to start showing again. We have no choice. So yeah, so it has been super stressful and super frustrating the last couple weeks. And I've just been trying to deal with that, and yeah, it's been not great. So right now I'm still on 5 milligrams. I'm gonna continue to be on 5 milligrams for a little bit longer. I see my doctor today and I have a few things that I'm gonna talk to her about, mainly some weight concerns that I'm having. I've basically put on a bunch of weight on around my stomach area, and the last couple of months my appetite's been really poor. I haven't been eating much at all, but my stomach is huge, and so I want to talk to her about that and see if it's maybe related to the antidepressants or if there's something else going on. So I've been a little worried about that, just because it's weird. My whole life I have been a very slim person. I've never exercised much and I've always been underweight, and just in the last year I've put on probably 30 to 40 pounds, and when you're a really tiny person, putting on that amount of weight actually makes a huge difference. And I look completely different than how I used to. My clothes don't fit anymore. I've had to you know, donate a lot of old clothes or put clothes away that don't fit me, that I'm hoping I'll eventually fit back into. And yeah, it's just been difficult, but I don't really mind gaining some weight because, as I said, I was quite underweight, and I definitely tried to gain weight for many years and couldn't. So when I first started gaining weight, I was actually really happy about it because I wanted a little bit more weight on me. But the problem is the majority of it seems to have settled in my stomach, as I said, and it looks as though like it's noticeable. I'm very, very bloated, and so I'm just gonna mention it to her because I've been having some abdominal pain as well, and so, you know, a lot of hip pain to do with my fibro, I assume, but you know, the fact that there's so much going on in my midsection with pain and discomfort and bloating, and just the fact that it's a lot fatter than it used to be, I just want to kind of check in with her, make sure everything's normal and healthy, and try and get on the right track with that. Tonight I have a Zumba class that I'm going to try and go to. I've been going to them every Thursday for the last few weeks. And yeah, I'm basically trying to keep active a little bit more, try and get some of that extra weight down that I've gained from the antidepressants, and see what happens, basically. So anyway, I just wanted to give you this little update to let you know that I'm doing okay. I'm stressed out because of moving and stressed out because of everything else going on, but I am a lot better than I was in my last video, and the withdrawal effects are gone. So at this point, I'm just dealing with my daily anxiety that I have as a result of the fact that 5 milligrams is not enough to control it, but the withdrawal symptoms themselves are gone, so that's really good. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.